What's up, 12s, fans, fellas, and haters? Well, the Hawks got the W this last Sunday in Arizona. The last time the Hawks lost to the Cardinals in Arizona was in Russell Wilson's rookie season. The Hawks got the win over the Cardinals 27-10, where the defense took control of the game early and did not let the Cardinals score often. The big highlight of the game was Jadeveon Clowney's pick six. The Hawks are 18-0 in the Pete Carroll era when their defense makes a pick six. Pete Carroll had linebacker Michael Kendricks blitzing often and got in the backfield to make 2 sacks, and he should have had a third. Ziggy Ansah saw a lot more playing time this game with 63 snaps and had a sack on the final play of the game. This will be very helpful because the Hawks will need both Clowney and Ansah for the Rams game this Thursday. Second-year player Rasheem Green got his second sack of the season, chasing down athletic quarterback Kyler Murray in the backfield for a sack. The more the season goes on, the more that Rasheem Green surprises me. He basically was a dud last season and he didn't really do anything in the preseason. Then he shows up in the regular season and gets 2 really good sacks. Right now he is tied for the team lead 2 sacks. Seattle secondary played pretty well for Seattle secondary. They did not give up the big plays and they didn't let anybody behind them. Returning safety Tedrick Thompson played pretty well, aside from that big penalty, questionable penalty, that, gave the Cardinals a first down and eventually scored on that. Quarterback Shaquill Griffin has been fabulous, After losing the weight in the offseason, he's been faster, quicker, and he is due for interception. It's possible he could get his first interception in, basically his first interception since his rookie season off Jared Goff in this LA game tonight. And safety Lano Hill saw a few snaps in there as well. It's still uncertain who's going to start at free safety. They have Tedrick Thompson, Lano Hill, and they also brought in the new guy, Adrian Colbert, I believe. Offensively, the Hawks got back to the ground game, handing the ball off to Chris Carson and going to him often. Carson piled up 140 plus offensive total yards and 104 rushing yards. He had a couple really nice beast mode-like runs on third down, carrying a bunch of defenders with him. Fellow running back CJ Prosise scored the game-winning touchdown on a 9-yard sneak. Tight end Will Dissly just keeps piling on the stats, catching his career-high 7 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown. Wide receivers Tyler Lockett and Jerron Brown continue to impress. Brown had 3 catches for 50 yards, and tight end Luke Wilson had 2 big catches, one of them being a big third down catch when they needed to put the game away. And for the QB, Danger Russ, he was almost perfect. And up to this point this season, he has thrown 8 touchdown passes, rushed for 2, and has thrown no interceptions. The Hawks will look to take some of those positive things from last week and use them in tonight's game at home against their bitter rivals, the LA Rams. Rams are coming off an embarrassing defeat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. They'll be coming into Seattle angry and will be wanting to perform well. The Hawks are going to have to get the run game going early and establish a pass rush to keep the game close. For this Thursday night, the Hawks will don their action green, like I'm wearing right now, for this Thursday night matchup. For my predictions, I'm going to remain positive because it's what's important in this world. We need more positivity. The Hawks, I'm predicting the Hawks to win by 3 points. Something more like 24-21, 27-24, somewhere in that range. I'm guessing, basically the Rams cannot get their running game going in the last 4 games that they have played. They're coming to Seattle where, they have had success, but still very hard. The Hawks' running defense has played very well. Quarterback Jared Goff has been a turnover machine, and this is basically right pickings for the defense. The Hawks can just, the Hawks want this. The LA's run defense cannot stop the run game. That's really good for Seattle, and their secondary hasn't been very good as well. But aside from that, they're still a very good team all around. Do not give them a chance like basically Seattle gave New Orleans Saints a few weeks ago. That should have been a Seattle victory, but they blew it. I'm sure Seattle's going to come in angry and not allow that to happen again, so I'm predicting a victory for the Hawks. Moving on to Washington football. Gotta have the hat. The Hawks knocked out the Trojans at home in a 28-14 victory. It was sloppy on both sides. Some people are going to say it was terrible, rotten. Washington's not going to win any more games. But USC has a very good offense, very good quarterbacks, they're pretty balanced. They have a lot of talent, just very young. Washington ran the ball for 198 yards. pretty good. Running back Salon Almond had a very long touchdown. I do not have the numbers with me, so if I did, I would say it. But a very long touchdown from their side of the field, deep in their side of the field, all the way for a touchdown. Quarterback Jacob Eason looks amazing. He just keeps on getting better and better and better. I can't wait to see the Oregon game when he takes on Justin Herbert, where the duel goes back and forth to see who is left standing. USC turned the ball over 3 times to Washington, giving Washington a short field, scoring on pretty much all 3 possessions, I believe. I may be wrong. Washington will go on the road for 2 straight games against Stanford and Arizona. Stanford has a pretty decent team. They beat Oregon at home, so it's something Washington needs to prepare for. Get their defense shored up, be able to stop Stanford's run game, which is pretty good. Prediction-wise for the game, it can be very close. I'm not sure. To be positive, I'm going to say Washington wins by 1 point, but it's possible they could lose. So, maybe another Cal game, 20-19, 21-20, something like that, with either probably a Washington victory, maybe positive. Tune in for the game tonight to watch the Hawks against the LA Rams at home in Seattle, where we don our action green. What do you think? Do you think the Hawks can beat the Rams at home this time? Leave your thoughts below. If you have any ideas for future movies, be sure to leave them below as well, because I would very appreciate it. If you like this movie, be sure to give it a like, because it make me very happy, make my day very bright. And subscribe, because that's what a nice person does, is subscribe. And hit the notification bell below, because it notifies you of movies. So it's good to get notified. Thanks.